Well, North Dakota is once again without a state health officer. Just a few hours ago, Governor Doug Burgum accepted Dr. Paul Mariani's resignation. This comes just a day after the governor's office rescinded the quarantine order that Mariani issued on Wednesday. Mariani said in a statement, "While the governor and I agreed on the urgent need to isolate positives and quarantine close contacts in accordance with the CDC guidelines, and that the amended order's penalty provision was overly punitive, the circumstances around the handling of my order made my position untenable." Well, Jacob Noderman has been following this story and joins us now live from the Capitol. Jacob, Mariani talked about the handling of the officer order. Now, what exactly is he referring to?
Anna, since April, there's been a state health officer order in place, similar to an executive order, ordering individuals who test positive for COVID-19 to quarantine in their home for 14 days. As you noted on Wednesday, the now interim state health officer, Dr. Paul Mariani, expanded that order to include anyone who had close contact with anyone who tested positive. But just one day later, Governor Burgum announced that expansion was being rolled back. Many across the state say they were confused by the quick change in policy. Doug Burgum's Democratic opponent in the governor race, Shelley Lenz, said it's showing a crisis in leadership.
It's just adding to the confusion. It just tells me that he doesn't have a unity of command. This has been the problem all along, and I think he's in a deep sense of denial about the depths of the crisis we're in.
But then there's the question of why the close contact order was removed so quickly. Without giving specifics for why, interim state health officer Dr. Paul Mariani said in a statement, "While this order is being rescinded, we continue to stress the importance of quarantining and isolation." However, shortly after the order was given Wednesday night, Republican legislative leadership contacted Burgum's office, asking him to rescind the new order. The next day, it was. Senate Majority Leader Rich Wardner said that the orders went too far and were too restrictive, pointing to the Class B misdemeanor if they failed to comply. When asked if Wardner has similar opinions toward the misdemeanor charges for people who test positive themselves, he said that's a little different. Now, Mariani is the third person to resign from this position since the state of emergency was first declared. At least when it comes to the first two individuals, the reason for resignation was a return to the private sector. Governor Doug Burgum even joking that the position was very stressful and the state wasn't paying enough to do it. However, with this particular move, it seems as though the philosophical differences were being shown. And that's something the fourth state health officer is going to have to take into account. Anna?
All right. Thank you so much, Jacob.